Hello, this is Dean Phoenix, just picking up with Dark Bahamut as we're ready to take him on. And this is going to be the first of probably 3 Dark Aeon fights to do in this episode if I get through them all. So let's have a quick go through this. So basically we are going to be using Tidus, Riku, Waka and Yuna. And we've got the other characters having first strike, with one of them having initiative so we can get the maximum number of turns. We've got the celestial weapons for the 4 characters that we're using fully powered up. Auto haste, auto phoenix, auto protect and stone proof armor for 3 of them. And then instead Yuna has auto phoenix, auto haste, auto protect and ribbon. Now Dark Bahamut is a pain in the neck. I do not like him. He is one of the most annoying fights, even though he has only, in inverted commas, 4000 HP. So, just so I don't get distracted while I'm doing this, I'm just going to check that the sound's coming through okay and everything. And then after we've done that, we're going to go ahead with this fight. So the main thing about Dark Bahamut is you can't just attack him relentlessly because, unfortunately, he uses an all-party counter-attack that hits all 3 of your characters, called Impulse, every 5th time you attack him, which is very, very dangerous. Now, there's 2 ways you have to try and deal with this, depending on how strong your Aeons are. Most of the time you'll just dispel the full break status that it inflicts, but some of the time you'll want to instead, well, you'll see in just a minute, instead you'll want to try and get an Aeon to take the hit if your Aeons are strong enough right before Bahamut uses Mega Flare. So there are 2 ways of going about it basically. And because in this particular playthrough my Aeons are powered up, because I've raised Yuna stats, then I will be doing it the way where most of the time I'll be trying to get, let me just have a look, I will be trying to get the Aeon to take the hit wherever possible, so I have to dispel as infrequently as possible. So there I've just hit the Aeon. Let me just have a look. So we've got Gambler's Spirit, and first of all I'm going to make Eccentric, just so I can get my overdrive ×2 with all the characters. So this will be the 4th time that I have hit Dark Bahamut, and so after the 5th time you'll see that basically he counters with Impulse, and Impulse is a nasty little attack. So most of this fight revolves around Impulse and Mega Flare and just making sure you don't get hit by them. The rest of the time it's absolutely fine. Now, the one of the things about this is that I find it very, very useful to use Sentinel as well. And the reason that that is such a good idea is because you get a free hit. So you'll see here that Waka is going to counter Dark Bahamut, and that's going to mean that I get a hit there and it doesn't trigger the counter attack. So that's you know, very useful there. So there's a few ways you can heal up in this fight as well. You've got quick pockets, which is my preferred method of doing it. So you can use mega potions or whatever else, but you will have to manually heal a little bit. And I'll be using Trio of 999 soon as well. So I'm just going to get some hits in. Now this is going to be the first time that he uses Impulse, and you'll see that you can survive it as long as you have, you know, high enough defenses and everything else. It will do a ton of damage until you get the 2 healing springs mixed for Ultra All. So that's part of the reason that we need to be very careful with that. Now we've got 4 turns here, so we need to be using Dispel basically before anything else happens. So we want one of Tidus and Waka to be able to use Sentinel and to get that free attack. So let me just have a look there. And with that being the case, we can just heal up before he gets another turn. And we'll use a healing water. So it doesn't matter at this point that Riku doesn't have the, let me just have a check. Okay, so you see how the Riku's the only one who has the breaks now. So it doesn't matter that she's not dispelled those yet, because you can use Sentinel with one of the other characters, Tidus or Waka, and get the hit like that. And it also results in a counter, so you get like a free hit, as it were. So that was 1 hit, 2 hits, and you just got to keep count of this kind of stuff, basically. So 3 hits, and just going to heal up with Tidus again. It doesn't matter about using quick pockets because let me just have a look. Is that going to knock him into overdrive? I can't see his gauge properly there. Right, don't want to do that with Tidus. Here we go. So, sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate as we do this because you cannot lose track in this fight. And doing that, I just missed. Oh well, never mind. So. Now we get a couple of hits in there. And then we're going to just switch. So, okay, so that's your 4 attacks, and this is what I was saying about when you're having to summon for Mega Flare anyway, you might as well try and get the Aeon to get a hit in, take Impulse. So try and get the Aeon's hit or overdrive to be the 5th hit, so that it gets hit with Impulse. And then that'll mean that you get take Impulse and Mega Flare both with the Aeon. So this is why if your Aeons are strong enough, this is the better way to go about it, in my opinion, as long as you can keep track, keep count on everything else. So there we do 9,999 damage. Counters with Impulse, which won't kill Bahamut. And then it'll do Mega Flare. Now, this is the only time that you deliberately want Mega Flare to follow Impulse, when you can get them both out the way at the same time and the Aeon can take both. You do not want Impulse and then Mega Flare on an Aeon if your Aeons aren't powered up. So if you haven't raised Yuna stats and the Aeons aren't really strong, they cannot take an Impulse and then Mega Flare. What's going to happen is you'll trigger Impulse, it will kill your Aeon, and then your party will come back out and get wiped out by Mega Flare. And even if you have auto life on your characters, that can still be really difficult to deal with. So just have to be careful for that. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And then we're going to just make sure that we dispel. Again, because Riku still had the breaks. And then we're going to bring Tidus back in and Sentinel up again. So Tidus is just going to take the hit like that, get another free hit in, as it were, and then it'll counter with an Impulse. So we'll get this Impulse hit out of the way, and then we'll have to heal up. So same thing, we're just going to get Dispel on everybody. Okay, so just going to Sentinel with Tidus. I'm actually going to mix Trio of 999 with Riku. And this gives you the advantage of being able to use Quick Pockets and then a Mega Potion to fully heal. And Quick Pockets is a rank 1 action, so this is the quickest way of fully healing all your party members. And then with Waka, we're just going to guard because I don't want to trigger Impulse until the next time out. So, okay, so I can either trigger Impulse now, or I can wait until Mega Flare is full and do that again. So, I think what we'll do is we'll get Yuna back in and we'll summon instead. So. So we're just going to use the Magus Sisters, try and get a hit in. Don't have their overdrives built up, but Delta Attack doesn't do tons of damage to them anyway, so it's not really a big problem. So this should trigger Impulse, I would hope. Okay, so... And this way we should be able to get Impulse triggered. And Mega Flare. Ah, so we didn't trigger Impulse, that's a bit of a shame, but never mind. We'll get back on it. I'll just dispel it with the characters instead. So as long as you get Mega Flare to be taken by the Aeons, it's not the biggest deal. You can always deal with everything else afterwards. And the reason I'm using Waka's Overdrive, even though it's only doing 20k or so a hit, is because it makes more sense to get more damage, even though it's only 160-ish, or 170, 180-ish thousand damage in the one turn. And it's a rank 4 action instead of quick hit being a rank 2. It still makes more sense to get as many hits in before Impulse as you can. And so that's why I try and get the hits in with attack reels wherever possible. It's actually a lot more difficult doing this with the live commentary and keeping track of everything else. I did figure it was going to be a little trickier. But just wanted to keep everything else in the same sort of vein. So as you can see, he's slumped down, so he's already at half health. Just going to double check that I haven't missed dispelling or anything like that, because that's when you get into problems in this fight and in Penance. It's even much bigger problem with Penance actually. So. Right, so that's going to be Impulse. And we'll dispel that again. So as long as you're not taking Mega Flare, then yeah, you're generally okay. So again, we're just going to dispel on Tidus, just so that he can Sentinel. And because of quick pockets, that just means that Waka can also dispel us again, get another turn, and that's why quick pockets Mega Potion with Trio is really useful. So we get another hit in. Impulse is reset now, so I'll just take that. So that's 1. 2. 3 hits there. Get Sentinel going again. And attack reels out again. So we get another hit with attack reels. And basically that should be the 4th hit. So as long as he doesn't counter with Impulse, which he isn't going to, we can heal again. Again using quick pockets. But that's a rank 1. And then we'll just hold off. There. So get another hit, and now we can hit with Impulse again. Right, now what I should be able to do is, if I can get in 3 quick hits, which I believe I can do. So here we've just reset Impulse, so we can get in another 4 hits. And then we can spell with 2 characters. We'll just heal up with Waka. And we could use a Mega Elixir if you needed to get the MP back as well. You can just use a Mega Elixir instead. Just going to spell there. And this is the 5th turn, so I'll be able to summon with Anima. Where are you? There you are. So summon with Anima, trigger Impulse, and then take Mega Flare. So actually, Anima actually missed there because Yuna's luck hasn't been raised, just the rest of her stats. But that doesn't matter because I just wanted to trigger Impulse, and so that's Impulse out of the way. Then Bahamut will still waste Mega Flare. and then I'll just be able to bring back my main characters, dispel, heal, and then carry on, and should be able to get a good chunk of damage in and probably kill it before the next Mega Flare comes up. So yeah, you have to be careful with that Bahamut, but as long as you are aware of how Impulse works, you can, you know, safely get around it. So, and we'll take about 40k damage from that. Yikes. Good job, Anima. Poor baby. Anyway, so that's that sorted. Gonna get those hits in again. 1, 2. 3, 4. Alright, so we get another attack reels there. This is the 4th hit, so again we're just going to Sentinel, wait out the attack, and then do Impulse and Dispel again. So I just find it a lot easier to have Impulse dispelled after that. So using attack reels a few times, got in those good hits, and that was Dark Bahamut taken out. So you have to be real careful. Weesh. Weesh. Anyway, that's Bahamut, and that's why you have to be so incredibly careful with that. So get a break HP limit, armor with Riku, which is kind of cool. And next we have Dark Anima. Still got 91 Phoenix Downs, it should be enough. So again, overdrives should be alright. We don't need attack wheels to actually start the fight. And we're going to make our way back. Just before I forget, I'm going to put my first strike and initiative characters back on. All the Aeons should be back with us. Yes, they are. And one of the things I could do is I could try and get the Aeons overdrive gauges filled, which can be useful. Should I try and do that? Possibly. I can't off the top of my head remember how much damage they do to Dark Anima, so definitely need to get Yuna's full. So let's just get the overdrives filled, might as well. Because I have no real need of all the multitude of items, because these are the last set of difficult enemies in the game, I can afford to waste a little bit of overdrive on the victor, which is otherwise a complete and utter waste. There's no need to do this, but it doesn't matter. Think. So because Victor normally gives you 60% of your overdrive gauge, with Eccentric it fills them all up. Just so that I can do it and then remember to change them back immediately. So I'll just get another fight or two and get maybe Anima and the Magus Sisters, their actual overdrives filled as well. Or maybe Bahamut and Anima, because they're easier to do. Because the Magus Sisters, it's kind of annoying to actually raise their overdrive gauges. So I'll grand summon the Magus Sisters, and I'll just quickly use boost to fill Bahamut and Anima's gauges before we go and face Dark Anima. So just Dark Anima and the Dark Magus Sisters left. Let's just get that boosted. See if they can actually fill the overdrive gauge. That thing really does look exactly like Juggernaut, right down to the, you know, same animation and everything. Well, that was pathetic. Screw that. It's going to take ages to build their gauges up. Never mind. Find something that hits a little harder. Bahamut should do. I hope. Let's try that. Get Anima's filled first.
I will share your pain with you.
Uh-huh. Why are you saying that now? It's probably the first actual fight I've used Anima in that's not in the monster arena. Uh-huh. I hope this thing does some reasonable damage. I can't be bothered waiting around. Wow. Yeah, okay. This is going to take a while. Need some stronger enemy. Okay, new plan. No encounters, we'll find something stronger. Now, in this particular game, if you've been watching the rest of the walkthrough, you'll know, playthrough, you'll know already. I have about 114 luck, and the reason I have that is because if you're using the quickest method of farming for Anima, I really don't think it takes that much longer to do. So let's just get this bit sorted. Hopefully this puts me at the start of Gagazet instead of the top, but if not, I'll be able to use the warp pad down anyway. Right, okay. So let's just see who's selling stuff. Oh no, I'm going to the arena anyway. I'm going to get Bahamut and Anima's overdrive gauges filled. Might as well. Although to be honest, it probably would have saved me less time just to fight Dark Anima at this point. Yeah, screw it. I don't need the overdrives. Basically fine. Anyway, so I'll just go without their overdrives. They'll not really be able to hit, but it doesn't really matter because Dark Anima doesn't have a counter like the others. Let's just have a look. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah, Dark Anima doesn't have a counter like Dark Bahamut does, so it's not much of a problem. Got to try and remember where the trial is. I think it's this way. I want to say it's this way. And I'll need an actual no encounters on Riku. And I must remember to change that back, because otherwise I'll get into fights in the water and I can't bother with that. Pretty sure it's this way. You've got to complete the trial where you throw the ball with Waka again, and that brings Dark Anima out. She has 8 million hit points. Ugh. So the main thing with Dark Anima is you must just defeat her before you've used up all of your Aeons, taking Oblivion however many times. She can be very tricky. I haven't actually practiced against Dark Anima for a while, so I'll have to just try and remember everything. And fingers crossed, I remember the things that you need to actually beat her. Ugh. Uh-huh. That was way too late. What am I doing? Bye-bye. Anyway. Unplug my microphone there. That was bright, wasn't it? You serious? Irritating thing. I hate this ball throwing game. I can never remember the timing on this one when you come back. Nope. Stop it, Phoenix. Come on, man. Be alright for capturing. If I was doing that. Oi, oi, oi. This will be the hardest bit of the Dark Aeons. Oh my days, that should have hit. What am I doing? Anybody watch the caption episode? Remember how long it took me to find Grandos? Yeah? Go away. Anyway. No way, that well hit. Are you serious? That's not even close. That was ridiculous. How did that not hit? Anyway. Yeah, so Dark Anima, she's got 8 million HP. Just got a quick hit the heck out of her. It's very annoying. She can instantly kill characters with pain, even if they have death proof, so there's no point in having that. And yeah, she's just really dangerous. And very annoying. So you have to be super careful with it all the time. What? This is ridiculous. Hardest part of my playthrough, hitting this damn minigame. So when's the timing for that then? It's not there. Definitely not. Ugh, that was just stupid. So bad when you get impatient on this. Well, you're dead.
It's over.
It's over. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to shut up until I actually hit this now. So, of course, first time. Anyway, right, so. Can't walk and talk at the same time. Not that I was walking, but you understand what I mean. So, up comes big, scary Dark Anima, who, as much as I love Anima, is kind of a lame... I don't know. That one didn't look that amazing or anything, but yeah, whatever. Anyway. Whoa. So that's that. So as soon as we get out of the water, we need to correct the armor for Riku. You cannot have anybody without ribbon or stoneproof in this fight because Dark Anima's regular attack will just shatter them, which is extremely annoying. Got to try and space out the Oblivion uses of Oblivion. So if she's getting very close to getting Oblivion on the turn, you can hang back and wait for her to get one more turn and then go from get a load of quick hits in before Oblivion comes out again. Alright, so need the ribbon one, the stoneproof one, the stoneproof one. And the same with my girl Yuna. There we go. And then we're going to get our first strike characters in so we have as many as possible. And our Aeons are all good to go. Overdrive notwithstanding. And there is the chain. Right, let me see if I remember how to do this. There's a reasonable chance I don't, so let's save it first. No, because I want to save where I've got the Dark Aeons available. Anyway, let's go with the quick hits. All right, so on we go. What mixes can we use? Could use eccentric, but is it really necessary? We don't need null all in this fight. We don't need trio that I remember. So really we just need hyper mighty G in case I mess something up. Okay, so this is the big problem with Anima, is that she can use that Mega Graviton attack, which is a huge problem. So you want to quick pocket remedies there. Where are the remedies? There we go. And that attack is a real nasty one. So it doesn't matter if Tidus dies or anything like that, because once Doom gets them, they'll die anyway. So we're just going to get these hits in. Just get as many hits in as possible, actually. And then make sure that we get Yuna in. See, I've still got a good amount of hits to be able to get in before Mega Graviton there. So I'm just before Oblivion there. So I'm just going to get these hits in, and then I'll get Yuna back in. Get Yuna in now, actually, because I can't risk Waka getting hit and then coming out. So Anima versus Anima. Not sure which will do more damage, so I'll just go with a Delta attack, which I believe will do slightly more. I know it does very, very little to Dark Bahamut, but I think it has slightly higher. That has higher defenses because it has half the HP of Dark Anima. So we'll see. But he will hit considerably harder than this. Or she will hit considerably harder than. So actually Oblivion would have done a little bit more, I think, but doesn't really matter. And then we have to take Oblivion. She's probably the coolest looking overdrive in the game, I would say. Although full Delta attack's pretty good, but Oblivion's better. Depending on how much you love Zanmato. Now, I didn't bother raising Yuna's luck, so she'll not be able to hit Dark Anima. So there's no point me trying to get any strikes in with her. So I'll just bring back in Waka. He can take the Doom hit. And as you can see, the only way you're ever surviving that attack is if you have break HP limit and over 85,000 or so health. Does about 80k per character. So it's like super dangerous. Good grief. Right, so thank you, sisters. Much appreciated. Now, because Yuna's stats are really high, because I have raised her stats, she's got excellent. So there's goes Waka like that. She's got excellent speed and auto haste, so I can get Riku back in there. Get a few hits in. Not really much point in me healing up that I really recall, so I may be forgetting something, but we'll see. So Pain will instantly kill a character. or you get Mega Graviton like that. So Riku should auto Phoenix both of those, and her ribbon saves her. Or if she doesn't, then we just get quick pockets and a Phoenix down, which is again the reason I'm doing that is it's quicker action. So get that in and get some more attacks in. Attack reels for just a bit of extra damage. Assuming I don't miss it. So actually you do about the same total damage to Dark Anima with the overdrives as you do to Dark Bahamut, so it's about the same. They have really high defenses to go along with their monster HP, which is, you know, kind of cool, but... just focus on getting the quick hits in. Nothing else really matters. See, this is one where I just want to wait a little bit and not use the not trigger the overdrive again. So zombie kills Waka, but it doesn't really matter. And like I say, I'm just going to hold off because that'll let me hold off on Oblivion there, which is very useful. So quick pockets, remedies. Might as well just heal up. Actually, no. I'll get a chance to do that later in the battle. Get Yuna back in. Now we've got Yojimbo, Anima. Bring my own Anima. Now, because Anima doesn't have her overdrive and Yuna's luck isn't high enough to hit Dark Anima, I would just use Pain instead. And then I'll have to take Dark Anima's Oblivion. Ah, it misses, that's no good. Oh, it's immune to special attacks, okay. It wouldn't have really been worth me trying to hit it with anything else, so it doesn't really matter. And we've got to watch Oblivion again. Yeah, so the Aeon stats are based on Yuna stats. There's a formula for if you raise any of Yuna stats, it raises any of the Aeon stats. Apart from HP and MP work slightly differently. So if I raise Yuna's strength to 255, it not only raises the Aeon's strength, it raises their magic and their defense and everything else, because there's a formula for each of your Aeons based on Yuna stats. But luck is not like that. Luck is directly proportional. So on the one hand it's good because you don't have to raise luck to raise their other stats. On the other hand it's bad because unless you raise Yuna's luck, it's not going to raise your own Aeon's luck. So unless her luck is high enough to hit the Dark Aeons, your own Aeons won't be able to land a hit, apart from overdrives or special attacks. So just got to bear that in mind. Okay. And this is what I mean when you, if you do want to, instead of use or whatever else, you can use quick pockets. Just use a Mega Elixir if you're running out of MP. I'll not do it just yet because actually Tidus isn't back in yet, so get these hits in. I'll get Tidus back out. So I'll just fill everybody's MP. It doesn't matter about refilling the guys, the MP for the guys, because they're going to die from Doom soon anyway, but never mind. And that's good because I don't even have to heal up. Because the previous Doom still lasts. So that is pretty much about as good a turn as you can have. Just gonna, just in case I mess something up, just gonna get Hyper Mighty G back on. Okay. You can of course use a 2 stars or a 3 stars on Riku if you want. Because she's the one that you don't want to be dying really, so you can do it that way if you so choose. Alright. It is just as viable to let the guys die from that. Let me just have a look. Hold on. Yeah, I might as well just let them die on this one. You can, instead of... let me just make sure I get this turn right. That's all good. Yeah, so instead of basically... using Hyper ITG, which puts Shell on your characters and halves the damage from Mega Graviton, you can instead just not use Hyper ITG, use Auto Life on Riku, and then all that will happen then is... That's going to miss. Oh, he actually hit. And all that will happen then is that they'll die more frequently to Mega Graviton, and Auto Phoenix will revive them, which is just as viable, probably even a little better, because they don't waste all their turns, and it means that Dark Anima gets fewer turns, but it's about the same because if they get knocked out by one of Anima's attacks, then it amounts to the same thing anyway, because they lose the turns from being knocked out and revived by Auto Phoenix. As long as I don't run out of Aeons, I should be alright. It's been a long time since I've done this fight, to be honest. Ow. Okay, so get Riku back on the case. If she repeatedly uses a Mega Graviton against you, it can be annoying. Her other attacks aren't so much of a problem. Her regular attack is probably the best thing that you can get. And then Pain just automatically kills one character. But a lot of the time, as you can see, she uses Mega Graviton, which when you've only one Ribbon character is a bit of a problem. It's going to kill Riku. Get a big chunk of hits in here. See what she's got for us. So that's the normal attack, that's brilliant. Get a bunch of hits in. Let me see. Right, I'm just going to let this play out. Just quick pockets again. Right, so the reason I'm just doing this is, again, I'll get another round of quick attacks in. Which will be very useful. Alright, so we get Mega Graviton. Now, there is a mix that you can actually use as well, which is 3 stars and Gambler's Potion, which will clear all statuses as well as fully restoring. So that's another alternative, but the reason I don't usually use that is because that is a rank 6 action, so as you can see that's knocked Riku right down the order. But as long as Doom doesn't kill the guys, we can still get an Aeon back in. This is going to do pitiful damage, but never mind. Oh wow, she's immune to magic. I just totally forget she's immune to so much stuff. Dark Anima's an absolute monster. Anyway, so I do absolutely nothing to Dark Anima, and she does however many thousands of HP and MP damage to Shiva. Uh-oh. Ugh. There she goes. I love this. Such a good overdrive. Smashed. I remember the first time I saw Oblivion, I was like, it's amazing. It's like Iron Maiden t-shirt beating the hell out of you. It's pretty cool. Alright, so there goes Shiva. Quickly running out of Aeons, but, you know, should be alright. I think. Alright. Waka back in. So you see we've got a good run of turns to get some damage in here. And then Waka's going to go down himself in just a minute. Oh, there. Okay, so there she goes. She's dead. So that was Dark Anima. Basically, like I say, you can either use that mix of Final Elixir or Super Elixir. So that's Final Elixir includes Revive. So it's all HP, MP, negative status and Revive, which is amazing. And that's Albed Potion and a 3 stars is the one that I use for that. Just because it's easier to remember. And the Super Potion, which is just a Gambler Spirit or Underdog Secret, and an Albed Potion, which is the one without Revive. So, okay, so that all being the case, that's everything sorted. I believe we've just got the sisters left. But first, we most definitely want to get Yuna her overdrive back. Because, even though we have 255 magic, I don't believe we've got break damage limit. Alright, got one there. Got one there. Huh, so I actually got enough where I could take the Magus Sisters out, the Dark Magus Sisters out using magic, which is quite interesting actually, because that is the quickest way of doing it. Might actually try that. Yeah, screw it. We'll try that. So I just need to get Yuna her overdrive first. So if you have break damage limit weapons with... basically, if you have break damage limit weapons with 3 characters and they have 255 magic, which I believe on this save file everybody does. 255, yeah, they've all got 255. You can use break damage limit, magic booster, magic plus 20% weapons. And you can beat the Dark Magus Sisters without summoning an Aeon. But it's quite tricky to do, so you have to have the turns executed properly, and you have to not miss attack reels. Actually, I wouldn't be able to do it in this playthrough because I don't have 230 luck with Tidus. So I wouldn't be able to critical hit every hit that you would need to. Oh, what am I doing? That was a total accident. Ah, never mind. Literally no idea what I'm doing there. Okay, we'll kill that thing. When Yuna is like 10 times stronger than her Aeon. That's quite funny. Go away! I didn't mean to call you in the first place. Yeah, I need her in the front line, so... Okay, there you go. Literally 10 times stronger than her Aeon. Because I don't have Kimahri's or Lulu's weapons, a couple of the Aeons can't break the damage limit, so... Ixion and Shiva, I believe. Alright, so that's refilled the old overdrive with Yuna. Alrighty. So, Peaceful Bangle back on. Yuna's got her full armour, that's all good. Right, so it's extremely difficult to hit. It's extremely difficult to hit the Dark Magus Sisters, more specifically Sandy and Mindy, because of their high evasion and luck. So unless you have 230 luck, you're not consistently critical hitting or hitting Mindy. So you need a 205 luck to even hit her with quick hit, basically. And even then your overdrives and stuff wouldn't necessarily critical hit, so she's very difficult. To be able to take out, if you're fighting all three of them together, to be able to take them out before they use Delta Stream, you have to use double cast Ultima. So, let me just have a look. Do my main three all have double cast and Ultima? Double cast? Ultima. Okay, so Reach does. Double cast, Ultima. Double cast, Ultima. Right, alright, so I could actually do this, because they all have Copycat as well, I believe. Where's Copycat? It's here somewhere. Where are we at? Copycat. Yeah, so they've all got Copycat. We could try it, couldn't we? Why not? You only live once. Right, so... if you're wanting to do this, you would. I'm able to do this because the Dark Aeons have dropped me break damage limit weapons, so I can get those. So I've just got an actual break damage limit one like that. Actually, I'm just going to keep this on that save. Go find these weapons and upgrade them if we have the things for it. So we need magic plus 20 and magic booster. Ah, we're going to be short of turbo ethers, that's annoying. Where can you get turbo ethers? If I had enough of them anyway, then I could do it. I could get turbo ethers, you'd make a break damage limit, magic counter, magic plus 20, magic booster. I may revisit it and come back to it, do it another time. So we'll make yet another save date of 57, why not? But for now we'll just beat them normally, so... yeah. Alright, anyway, so we're just going to try and just going to beat them normally using mainly overdrives to be able to hit the sisters. So you can hit them with when you've got hyper null all, but they kill your characters so frequently that you just end up having to keep redoing it, which is very annoying. You can't really do anything about it, like Camisade and things like that. So it's very frustrating when that happens. But we've got a good stock of Mega Elixirs and everything else, and Riku has ribbon, so we should be okay. We've got the remedies as well. They need to be up at the top, just so they're easily within reach. So now we're going to take on the sisters. So you have to be extremely careful with them. Extremely careful with them. Because I'll not be able to take out enough of them. So we've got the overdrive with Yuna as well. And we've got the Magus Sisters of our own healthy and ready to take a massive hit. They're about to take the strongest overdrive or any attack in the entire game, which is a Delta attack from the Dark Magus Sisters, which is grim and dispels auto life, which is ridiculous. So the only way you can take Delta attack is with your own Magus Sisters. Alright, so first things first, we just get our people in. And like I say, Cindy's going to be the only one we can actually hit for now. So we'll just concentrate on hitting her, even though she has the highest HP, because we're not going to be able to take them out anyway. So we'll just get a bunch of hits in, and then we'll concentrate on hitting the others afterwards. Break them down with overdrives. Should have come in with Riku having full overdrive really, but and Waka, but never mind. So this won't deal critical hits, but it will be useful for chipping down her health, and it's the only one of Tidus's overdrives that will actually target just Mindy. Can use Slice and Dice if you wish as well, or Energy Rain to hit all three of them for one hit. 99k. And bring in Yuna. Now the reason you need all three of these is because it's actually Cindy who triggers their Delta attack. So Dark Cindy goes third and triggers their Delta attack, so they get 2 attacks first. So if you summon any of the other Aeons, it's not going to work. Okay, so I've got 3 attacks here, if they would actually take an attack. So that's going to be good, because that's a bit of extra damage. Every little bit helps. And then, might as well use the overdrive. Right, so we get a bit of extra damage there. And then they'll attack, so Mindy attacks and Sandy attacks, and then Cindy triggers their Delta attack. And this is why if you have one of your other Aeons, they might not be able to take the hit. Because Razia would kill them. I think it's virtually guaranteed actually. That does an absurd amount of damage, so if that was one Aeon, then the Aeon would have got knocked out, like Anima or somebody. The Aeon would have got knocked out, and then this would be hitting your characters, and because it dispels auto life, you're just dead. Dead. Nothing you can do about it. So this is one of the fights where break HP limit or 230 luck makes a massive difference, because you spend a lot less time having to use like Hyper Null All and things to be able to hit the sisters, and you can actually survive some of their normal attacks if they don't do things like Camisade and stuff like that. So break HP limit and or especially 230 luck can make a big difference in this fight if you're fighting them together. If you just want to beat them as easily as possible and unlock pendants, you just fight them separately. You can run away and fight them one at a time. They're really easy then. But that's no fun, so we don't do that. So unfortunately, my sisters are dead. Dead. Alright. So if we try and hit, you can actually, you know, sometimes hit Sandy, but it's very difficult, and you'd not really hit Mindy. She's too evasive, so that's what I mean. It's very difficult to actually hit, so you're best just concentrating on Cindy, and then taking all of their attacks. I think we should be all right. So, Auto Phoenix should save Waka there. And we've got Tidus and Riku's overdrives, which is good. Stuff like Razzie is not a problem, it's Camisade that's a problem because it takes all your MP, and that's irritating. It means that you have to use a Mega Elixir with somebody else usually, just to get that MP back. Yeah, so, speak of the devil. Very annoying. But never mind. Right, so we're just going to mix. What do we want? We want null all so that we can get the hits, basically. I'm going to use quick pockets. And a Mega Elixir just so Waka gets his MP back. And then we can actually get some solid hits in. So now we should be able to get hits on Mindy. And maybe get some crits as well. So she has the least HP, but obviously she's quite difficult to hit. So even with 5 times luck on, you're still not getting critical hits on her. So because she has such enormous luck as 130, which is massive. But whilst you do have the aim times 5 and everything else, do try to want to hit her as often as possible. Because as soon as the characters get knocked out, they'll lose it again. Right, so that's not so bad. But then the break obviously hits after that as well, so. So that dispels all statuses as well. Darn. So she's still very difficult to hit. Forget what Calamity does, apart from Curse. I remember it does Curse, which is really bad. Now, what do we want to do here? We want to make sure that Riku can use her, where are we at? Where are those? Yeah, because just want to be able to use Riku's limits if at all possible. Because we've got Mega Graviton coming, which is going to be a problem. We'll just heal up, just in case. Need Riku to be healthy. So we've got Mega Graviton coming. They're never going to really get. Yeah, see, that's actually better. This is when you could potentially lose if they'd have hit one of the. If they'd have hit Riku there. But that's all right. So I'm going to save Riku's overdrive this time. See if we can get some hits on Mindy again. No. Right, so if Riku heals up, and she needs auto life really. I forget the strategy for this one, I've not fought them for so long. We got Mega Graviton coming twice here. Alright, so that's got a good amount of hits in. Ow, ow, ow. I might have left Riku with too little health. Oh no, that's alright. Alright, cool. So we are going to mix, and this is where we need final elixir to bring everybody back. This is a really useful mix for that. So that's why it's important that we got that turn, obviously. Camisade. Who's that hitting? Is that hitting Riku or Tidus? It'd be better if it hits Tidus. Of course it's hitting Riku. That's annoying. Never mind. But that does mean that Wakka's got everything back there. So, quick pockets. Remedy for Tidus. Alright, so could use Healing Spring, yeah. Alright, so we get another good amount of hits in, and if we get enough on Mindy, then she can't be too far from being going down. She takes a decent amount per hit. Get attack reels almost back again just from that. Nice free hit there. Alright, so Riku doesn't have the ability to hit Mindy again because she's lost her buffs, but the guys still do. So we should be able to get some hits in and kill her, hopefully. Never mind, okay. Can't use quick pockets because we're all out of that. I'll just use a Mega Elixir instead. So Cindy's below half health as well. Usually I would focus on killing one of them, but just while you can get the hits in on Mindy whilst no lol's active, it's useful to try and get the hits in on Mindy instead. Because she's by far the most evasive one, and she's very annoying. So I'll just concentrate on killing Cindy for now, because all three of them getting turns is really annoying. So oof, and that was with break because of Calamity. So never mind. Let's not take any chances. Get some hits in again. So I'll just focus on hitting Cindy next. And I should be able to take out... Ah, nice. So that stops her from being able to use Mega Graviton, which is brilliant. And that's why I was focusing on killing Mindy, because she's quick and she has Pasado and she's just generally annoying. And then we'll get Cindy next because she's the easiest to hit. And we've got a load of hits on Sandy there, so that takes her down below half health. Now if I can just get away with Cindy not using Camisade, this will go a lot quicker, but you can't control what they use obviously. Because just taking that MP is really actually annoying when you want to use quick hit. Nice, there we go. So we'll just concentrate on Cindy now. so that Riku has enough HP in case they need to, in case they use Mega Graviton twice, which this may depend on the number of hits. It will probably knock Sandy into having Mega Graviton again, which will be annoying. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. Where did my auto life go? It got dispelled. Ah, you kidding? Okay. Oh no, that dispelled my auto life. I thought auto life was going to save me. Damn. Okay. We'll have to do the Dark Magus Sisters again. Yeah, so the problem I made there was not focusing on one of the sisters and just taking them out. And it dispelled Riku's auto life, which I didn't take into account. They are annoying when you face them like that, but I got a little bit unlucky with not getting hits on Mindy early. So you have to be careful with them. I'm half tempted to go and get that Turbo Ether weapon, to be honest. But I cannot remember where you get Turbo Ethers. So let's have a look. Yeah, I forgot about him dispelling auto life. That's irritating. Alrighty. Take two. Now you can bribe Thorn. 81,000 gil, roughly. If you want the Turbo Eaters, so that'd be cool. Alright, same again. Uh-oh. It's no good losing turns at the start before we even do anything else. Should just really start this fight with full overdrive. I'll do a separate video for that. What's life without a little bit of challenge? I might actually get another turn there before they No, that was stupid. I don't know, should be alright. How weird, you never normally get turns in between like that. Must have been because our weapon switch and it's rank 1. How strange. Oh well, we get some extra hits in, and Blitz Ace and everything else. Alright. So we'll just get Delta attack off again. Oosh. Big pain. So we've got to watch Delta attack and then we'll take him out after that. I'll just focus my efforts on killing Cindy this time, then I'll use no lol afterwards. You can do it that way. We're just missing Mindy too often otherwise. Can't really get careless against these girls. Ow. Ow again. So, get these hits in. And then I'll use Mighty Guard, Hyper Mighty G again with Riku. Ah! Oh. Almost. See, sometimes you get a little bit luckier and they do like focus on just the one character. And you can still hit through darkness there because Cindy has a lot lower luck, obviously. And we do need Riku to always have the ability to use her overdrive, so just gonna keep healing those up. Alright. We get another attack wheels coming shortly. Best just heal up as much as we can. Just to... Okay, so we'll get Mega Graviton again. Few ways I could go here. I think I'll just hold on to the overdrive for now because we want to be able to fully heal after Mega Graviton the next time because Mindy's about to use it. Okay. Just debating now whether I wanted to cure Curse and then use attack reels. But I think what's more important is getting Riku healed. Okay, so there's one down. Waka gets healed by Auto Phoenix. Right, and now we can actually have a pretty good win at them. Wait to see who survives this hit first. Right, alright, so we should be alright now because Tidus will get healed. One of the other characters can heal with a water. It's a long time, it's a few turns off before they get Mega Graviton again. And then that'll mean that Riku can use Ultra Null All and they can actually get some hits in after using these overdrives. So, first things first. We'll just use Mega Elixir. And we get attack reels. All right. Uh-oh. Oof. Pretty close there. Okay, so Riku's not going to get the chance to use that, but at least Posada is going to fill up the other two's overdrive gauges again. Which is actually good because it means that I don't need the Ultra Null All so much. Okay, so ton of damage there. That's just one Aeon. As long as there's one of them left, they become really easy, so... Mega Graviton incoming again. And there we go. So there are the Dark Magus Sisters defeated as well. And there is Penance. Now that's 88 minutes and it's going to take about 40 to 45 minutes to beat Penance. So I will leave that there, and if you're watching back on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see you for the final battle against Penance and this playthrough of Final Fantasy X. So thank you very much for watching, and please like, comment and sub for more.